Oh, I had my line in turned off. I'll just turn it on now. Game sounds could be a tiny bit quieter.
Can't actually hear any game sounds. Okay, now the firing started.
Yeah, same.
I would say either just leave it as is or louder. But if Meyer said quieter, then...
I have Yeah. I've done that. I'm good. You don't have to worry about me.
Ready. Come on. Good. That's madness. Okay, that's...
All right, and hello and welcome back to the Mastercup Community Tournament sponsored by Cooler Master. Thank you so much for waiting, everybody. My name is Maya, and today I am joined by two very amazing co-hosts here for our long-awaited now Apex Legends tournament this month. Welcome, Jarav Jams, and also the one and only Rondon. Welcome, guys. How's it going?
All right, it's going great. It's Friday, which means another day full of Mastercup action. And by this point, Apex is almost like a tradition. We had so many Apex tournaments. I'm glad to be here once again for another one. They never disappoint.
Indeed. And Ron, welcome, man. How you doing, man? That's right. I mean, like, we had you last week. Ron, for those who don't know, is an Apex Legends coach, and we kind of put him to the test last week, trying to put scrub like me through some Apex games. And I'm looking forward to watching and listening Ron and Jar here cast the games going on so far. But for those who are just joining us, those who are waiting, so we are a bit late, and again, that's thanks to technical difficulties. Thank you so much for bearing with us as that has transpired. We're now good. We've gone through game number 1 already of our 4-game tournament. But before we talk about rules, I want to show you guys what we have currently for our contestants here, why they're here in the first place. Obviously, it's a community tournament here for, you know, like, again, for the community vibes, but also they're here for Cooler Master prizes, of course, brought to us by our grateful, we're grateful. We're the ones who are grateful, right? Sponsors over at Cooler Master. So if we move Mike over to this scene, we'll be able to show the prize pool here of the first place, which of course all three contestants of that team will be getting themselves a 27-inch Cooler Master GM27 monitor. Second place will be getting themselves a Cooler Master ML360 Sub-Zero AIO cooler, and third place will be getting themselves MH630 headsets each. And if you don't see the graphic here on the stream, then just bear in mind, these are really cool things, and you can check out more information over at coolermaster.com. But before we go into the actual game today and move into the tournaments, I guess we should probably talk about how this tournament is working. We have 20 hopeful teams in the running to win these prizes and get some Cooler Master fame and accreditation and acclaim and all that. But I don't really know much about Apex Legends, or the teams and the players involved. Ron, that's where you come in. We have 20 teams. Can you tell us a bit about the teams here and who are the ones to look out for?
Yeah, for sure. So we already have game 1 that was finished, and Team 15 actually won that game with over 23 kills. Team 15 is an Italian team. They're all three playing on the controller, so they're playing on the sticks with those aim assists. Also, Team 13, Monkey Business, another Italian team actually. They're also pretty good. Team 5, I was looking forward to them. I met one of them on the LAN in London, and they got eliminated early, however. Then we also have Team 7, but who actually surprised me was Team 3, team that got third place, which is Mitsuko95, Daryuna, and Dustin. They got a lot of points. They got 11 kills on third place. So apparently that's another team we have to add to our list. They did really well.
All right, so we got a whole bunch of teams here to look out for. I know that, so Team 15, I think, is one of the ones you said was a team to look out for. I believe here on the list, they're called Team ANC Outplayed. Exactly. I noticed that you called them by their team number as opposed to the actual name they've given. Is that because, those names are, not set in stone? What's going on there? And which of these players do you know?
Oh, so Team 15, they actually play against the ANC OP, which is the shortcut for Outplayed. They actually played in this split of Pro League in Europe. They're going to be in the LCQ. And yeah, Team Monkey Business was also trying to qualify for the Pro League, but they didn't. They are now playing in the Challenger Circuit in Europe, which is actually tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure most of these teams are actually going to be competing in the Challenger Circuit.
I see. And for those who are wondering, how do you actually get points in this Apex Legends tournament? Well, it's fairly simple. So we have a point system based on where you placed within the game itself. So with 20 teams, essentially, first place will get 12 points, second place gets 9, third place gets 7, etc. And then each team will then also accrue points based on kills as well as the game proceeds. So the more kills you get during the game in your kill feed that is being monitored by our tournament officials, you'll be getting more points as well. So it's not just about survival, it's also about, who can get the most kills within the game as well. So it's testing your survival, but also your ability to make people survive less as well.
Yeah, some teams they definitely...
Sorry, Ron, sorry. I'm pretty sure you have a better point than I do. I just look at this leaderboard and I saw ANCOP and Offmeta seem to have not only gotten their positioning in terms of just when they ended up, but also the amount of kills they've got must have been through the roof. They're way above everybody else on this leaderboard so far.
Yeah, you definitely have teams that choose to go for the placement, as we saw with Team FSA. They only have 2 kills while being second. So they play Crypto, Raid Watson, which is a very defensive composition. And then we have teams like ANC Outplayed and Monkey Business who went for the kills. ANC Outplayed, they actually managed to win the game, but they also had 23 kills. That is much more points than you would get for just the second place.
All right, and it looks like we're just about to get game 2 now up and running here. So for those who have been waiting for this, we'll be going into in-game very soon. I believe that we have two different maps, if I'm correct. We have the World's Edge map and Storm Point. We're going to be doing 2 of each. I believe it's 2 of World's Edge first, then 2 of Storm Point afterwards. And we'll be having Jar of Jams here and Rondon as the casters going into this first one here. Obviously, I'm still an infant for Apex Legends here, so I figure we may as well have the consummate professionals here showing you guys the ropes and stuff, and then maybe perhaps I'll hop in afterwards in Game 3. All right, well, guys, take it away and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Meyer. Rondon, well, the gameplay is going to be on just a second. This time we're going to have a chance to also look at the lobby, look at the team compositions, not just the winners, but everybody else as well. But I think immediately we can start on discussing this as well. I'll see a lot of different compositions as well. I see a lot of Bloodhounds, and from my experience with Apex, it's not the Bloodhound, it's maybe the Seer that is much more powerful. To me, the Seer has been described as the better Bloodhound, and yes, so many Bloodhounds on that loading screen.
Well then, why don't we land there?
They're playing Gibraltar, Bloodhound, and Maggie, which is a really good comp because you can essentially roll the Maggie ball inside the bubble and hit like everyone. So that's pretty sick. But yeah, I've seen a lot of Bloodhounds. Then we also have an Octane on Team 1. We also have some Cryptos. Seer is the better Bloodhound because essentially you have an infinite wall hack. And you can just hold the right click as a player and see if there is an enemy. With Bloodhound, you have the cooldown, which has been increased in the recent patch as well. So yeah, we'll see what the teams are gonna do with the comps. I also saw like 2 Pathfinders, I think, last game.
It is an interesting combination, but it's also going to change from map to map. Right now we're in our World's Edge. Stormpoint is going to be our next one, and just like last time during our other Apex Legends tournaments right here in the Mastercup, there have been changes because meta is different. What you want from your team is different. And let us see that we are on the ground already. The first kills, and FNK already eliminated, but none other by ANC. Outplayed. The team that has won the previous game is already getting themselves the kills.
Yeah, ANC Outplayed, they choose Lava Siphon, which seems to be the best drop on World's Edge by far. It's in the middle of the map. You have a crafting chance, you have a beacon chance, and overall it's the best loot. You know, TSM droppers, it has to be good. So yeah, they have an actual contest they have to take care of every single game now. We'll see whether they get contested on Stormpoint in the next game.
Well, for now, we still need to finish this. We had 20 teams at the start of the day, and right now in this game, we're already down to just 50 players on the dot, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for any of these teams to be consistent. But obviously 4 rounds means that there's a lot of time to work their way through. Another team is out. I do believe that was Power Sims. What a quite a peculiar name. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of funny names. Previously we've seen Oily Man, obviously Monkey Business. Just for a second, we've seen Doug Juices. The Zyro Hironuyuri is on our screens. That was that team. Hexus Gaming, if I'm not mistaken, we might have seen Hexus Gaming previously during one of our tournaments, and they have finished 6th. Oh, sorry, apologies, 7th in a previous game. So everything to play for them still.
Yeah, definitely. Hexus Gaming is a common name. It is a team that I see in the Challenger circuit playing in various tournaments in Apex. We have a team that was fighting on a big mod. They actually managed to res their teammate. There's nobody around them, so they're going to be chilling. Now ANC Outplayed, winners from game 1. It looks like they might be having the next rank location. It appears to be another Harvester ending actually, which is where the game ended just before the game 1.
Knowing how randomized this is, it's so peculiar that we might get the same ending. For those of you who have not seen it, 3 teams survived in what was the final circle, and up until the last moment, it was almost impossible to say who was going to take it. I do believe the mid-Preds, the team had that finished 3rd, only had 1 player in that final circle, and yet managed to survive for as long as possible. Do you think we're going to see another explosive ending like that?
We'll have to see. Some endings that are really good. So for example, the last ending, you had basically three spots where you could play that have hard cover in between them. You had a team on the roof of the building, team inside the building, and team under the building. So those endings for the players are actually really good. instead of having, for example, a team on top of a high ground completely dominating everyone. Then it's just chaotic for everybody.
Would you say the best position in that situation is for the team that's on high ground, as high as possible against from everybody? Or is it better to be middle or bottom?
That's an interesting question. It really depends on what the other teams do. In that specific zone, I would say you should be on the bottom because the teams above you have to fight each other. But overall, you should be having the high ground.
Yes, all right. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a lot of that in this game as well. We're seeing Monkey Business being tested out. I wonder who is right next to them. As we've seen, they've been micro drones, so there has been a scan, so to speak, being enacted onto them, and they're playing carefully. Well, there we go. France is popping some shots on his opposition. All the while, everybody is gathering around the map. After an explosive start, how it usually is, players dropping in similar zones and fighting for the first loot, plus just crossing into one another, the game seemingly has settled down, and now is quite equal. I say that. Demon takes out Rusty Garden Chair, and it is becoming a trouble. A Rusty Garden Chair, of course, playing for Team Oily.
Yeah, Team Oilman and the Monkey Business have been fighting for too long in Lava Fisher, and it appears to...
shots.
Team New Edge White came from a Skyhook and just third-partied and sandwiched Oily Men in between Monkey Business. Now, Monkey Business seems to have completely reset from the fight. They are, in fact, looting Med Melee.
And you can see that Monkey Business is saved, but it's revived. The last remaining player for Oily Men running away, no chances. I'm not even sure if Revival is going to be trying to do just that. Take his teammates' revive markers and bring them to the station. And immediately Monkey Business are up against another team, and it is starting to heat up. I complained about no action. Everything settled down, and look at that. We're immediately having a lot of it, and you could see that the zone is already closing in on the Monkey Business side. They need to move. Their opposition needs to move, meaning less cover, meaning more action.
Is streaming from Monkey Business only having one shield cell that he just used, so he should have no shield cells. There is a crafting in Fisher, but there is a team coming from Countdown who could actually, again, sandwich the team that essentially sandwiched the first team. So we'll see how New Edge White deals with the situation, but it appears that Monkey Business are actually going to prefer crafting in the zone rather than going for the kills.
Yeah, New Age White is the team getting down. And you see that it's not just the team behind a Monkey Business. In front of them as well is the Russian roster party. And it is so much to be working with New Age White now. Being dumped down straight on top. Cannot crack that one. The zone already on top of them. The ring is going to be killing New Age White slowly but surely. It's gonna. They're down. They're out. I cannot see any chances for them whatsoever. We don't see them out just yet. But you can see Diaz is trying his darndest. His teammate Hoxie is down on the last strength. Now Sharia's party is also down. It's 1v1, and Monkey Business is nearby as well.
Yeah, it's a 1v1 right now. While they were fighting, Monkey Business crafted in Lava Fisher, and they're all three players up. They might be coming in to sweep all of those loot boxes. Now we still have a 1v1. Nobody managed to res. Now Team New Edge White, it appears that Hoxie is crawling to his teammate. They might be looking for a res.
Already a couple of pot shots straight there. Balloon goes kablooey. But I'm pretty sure there still was a chance for whoever was running away to do just that, run away.
He's gone. He took it.
Three. Oh,
He took it.
You took it. Running on down. 14 squads remaining. In the meantime, other teams elsewhere are being eliminated. New Age White is still alive, but Diaz, there's a lot to be running from. Getting a couple of smoke screens as he's going on. A Monkey Biz, there you go. You might not be getting anything out of that one, but all of these tap shots and Monkey Business, they are still in a ring. They constantly have to heal, but they also need to progress, but they also need to be moving forward. There's just a lot of them to do. If they get out of this situation somehow alive, I'll just give them a round of applause.
Yeah, luckily for Diaz, he does have the gold armor and syringes, so he can use 2 syringes for the price of 1. However, he probably needs to go and craft and staging. Luckily, the next zone will be pulling towards them, not away from them. So he might as well make it, but he also needs to res his teammates. He only... Never mind, he doesn't have the banners. He can't res the teammates. He actually has to go on red. Looks like he's going to thermal station. Now we're spectating Monkey Business gathering all the loot, having all the juice. And they appear to be completely vibing coming into landslide. Now on the screen we see Team Sigmail, who are in the middle of the ring. And they are moving. It looks like they will be taking the house. Now this looks like it could be the zone that ends directly on the house, but there is a big fight inside Harvester.
You can see on your screens the amount of teams around. It is absolute madness. We're going to be seeing these points contested as heavy as could possibly be. Sigmail will try to go in. You see the rest of them coming on, but straight from the side. See ya next game. See ya next game. I have to say, that was the roster eliminated, taken out of the game. And goodbye to you. Or I have to wait until the next game. Different map, different everything now coming on in, but door closed. I'm pretty sure there's going to be someone knocking on that door pretty soon.
Yeah, every team is going to be coming in now. People usually do scan the ring beacons and they see the ring is actually not going over to Lava Siphon, it's going to pull back to Harvester. So you might be looking at the ending on the Harvester balloon on the left side of the map, but we'll really have to see for the next ring. Now we see Duck Juice is playing a Crypto Raid Caustic, which is a very, very, very good composition for this ring, unless it goes in the open. So if this ring is going to pull in the open, they will be struggling with creating cover.
In short, what is so good about this composition, you might see this, again, Raids are incredibly popular in ranked, Caustic's incredibly annoying in any old sort of games, and together with Crypto, you can see the drunk mode in action. But what about this team composition that really makes him so powerful?
It's the Caustic. Caustic's just annoying to deal with, and as you saw in Lava Fisher, if you fight for too long, you're gonna get sandwiched in third party, and Caustic can prolong fights very greatly. But we do see Team Sigmail actually attacking team inside the zone. They have used the Horizon ultimate, they used the Bangalore smokes. Now the Crypto goes down. Wraith is trying to land some shots. Ooh, what a wall jump. Oh my god, that was sexy. We have the last team of Team Jaxus is remaining. He does get the frag.
Just run away. You can see that Wraith needs to pop and run and run. Sigmail is going to be chasing them, but I think that by this point, just play it safe, play it safe. I don't think anybody is around them. They can run after. Oh, actually, it's almost impossible to run after that Wraith. And now that Zara is inside, it is see ya later.
Yeah, Team Sigmail chose to not chase the Wraith. The Wraith doesn't seem to realize no one's chasing her, but she is choosing the safe route. Now she got scanned by the ring, but luckily it's a team inside Harvester. They will not be looking to chase her anyways. Now Team Suregas Party in Harvester, chilling with Mad Maggie. Mad Maggie is really, really good for building zones because she can use her abilities like the Q, for example, the tactical. She can use it to burn somebody behind cover, and then you instantly have an opening into the fight.
You see all the setup. It is the Watson with energy. It is that Mad Maggie. Is it that Mad Maggie? Those shields? No, those shields are something else. The little barriers that are.
That's Rampart.
That's Rampart. So this is just that they've set themselves up a bunker, and they are walking absolutely everybody in the zone. The ring is going to be closing around them as well. So perfect position.
Yeah, no one's pushing these guys. Jesus, they're just missing a Caustic, and they're done. Reinforced everything.
Yeah, you would just forego everything. You just say, I'm not going into that room. You sit there. We're going to be outside every single time. The observers switch this. This is a disco. This is a party. The only problem is nobody's coming around. They built all of this up. They're waiting for anybody to come in. Now, finally, the action is happening on the other side of the screen, and Monkey Business. We've been following them a lot. Finding teams on the top. There seems to be a lot happening around, and there's that Beast of the Hunt, the ultimate girl and Bloodhound, and they are trying to pick up teams on the sides, but once again they're sitting at the edge of the zone. Once they've already survived this, they crafted in the zone and getting a lot of damage. Now coming in on the back, a couple of pot shots. This is Wickets, a team that we haven't been with just yet, only with two, Blue Hardy and Chaos, sitting on the rock, and it's Monkey Business. They're fighting downstairs.
Yeah, Team Monkey Business actually managed to get out, even out of this fight. They did manage to knock two players from the Team Wickets. Team Wickets managed to res one of them, but they were gonna get third-partied by the Mad Maggie team. Now this is something from a player's perspective you don't really know. Streamy and his team Monkey Business, they had 3 purple shields, and the team third-partying had 2 white shields. So if they wanted to, they could fight even then, but they didn't know that, so they chose to run away. Now they're trying to go over to Thermal Station. But now we're spectating Karma Esports, who's trying to gatekeep Monkey Business out of Thermal Station. Now Monkey Business chooses to stay on the height, just outside the Thermal Station choke. Now this is not a position you want to be in. If you look at Monkey Business and Karma, Karma has a much better position because no one's there to backstab Karma. If you look at Monkey Business, they will be getting pressured from at least 1 or 2 teams from Harvester. On the other side, Thermal Station only has Rat in the Thermal Station building. Now Team Sigmail. Crust
dead in the
Divider.
water. I would say almost dead in the water. Crust is lands almost everything.
Jesus.
Breaks the shield. Now enemy runs away, has to, but they're pushing up on top of him. A little bit of shake of hands, and this time purple shield gets on down. That's Team Sigmail out, done and dusted. We are down to 8 rosters, but you could see that ring is getting smaller and smaller. Karma though is getting pushed. This is Team Monkey Business.
Yeah, I think Monkey Business realized they're not in a really good position. Also, the ring does not pull towards them, so they can now choose to go and push that team. We'll see how they do. Sherrocks with the beam. He's gonna be able to pop the bat. His team is pushing forward. The second knock of the team. Streamer on low HP. He drops down from the height. Last member standing with the Mastiff. Does not connect the shots.
And out. Karma Esports is out. They had the better position, but Monkey Business do not care. Already on red evil shields, and looking like the team really with the most to come into the final zones. Over here though, this Disco by Off Meta currently our second top team. Seems to be doing just fine. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure they're bored by this point. Everybody else is running against them. You see, Shari's party is looking at there and thinking, we're not going there. There's really... the problem with off-meta's setup is, yeah, they're safe. Don't get me wrong, they're safe. But also, everybody knows where they are. Is that an advantage that you're just signaling that this is a no-go zone, or a disadvantage with the fact that you just...
You know, it goes both ways. It really depends what happens around you, but usually it is an advantage. Letting people know you're there, it's called making presence. People do want to make presence, especially with Watson. Because if you're the other team and you see a building that's fully set up with Rampart and Watson, you instantly know there is a team. And your brain doesn't go, okay, how can we kill that team? Your brain goes, okay, which spot is empty? Where is no team? What can we take where we aren't going to be faced by a team? And so that's how players think. They're not actually looking to fight people. They're trying to just get a spot where they don't have to fight.
This seems to be going to be a positional battle as everybody is closing in. Still, folks, we have 7 teams, but the terrain and the buildings are as such that there is a chance for almost everybody to fit in. I say that Monkey Business get tested once again. We don't even see anything on the screen. Juru is absolutely blind in this situation.
Yeah, Monkey Business
raining down from the sky. They are in such a tough position, and yet still persevere.
They have the bubble though. Never mind. They did have the bubble. They're getting Horizon queued up on. Oh, what a beam on the Seer. Jero goes down. Franz with on 1 HP.
Working out. And then 1 shot. 9. Well, he brings him down. Don't get me wrong. With Monkey Business down to only Streamy, and he's going to be chased. Monkey Business were up against, I think, some of the biggest challenges in this game by the looks of it. But it is no other than ANC outplayed OP team, collecting the kills, currently the kill leaders themselves, and they seem to be vying for that #1 place again.
Definitely, I mean, getting the roof over there is good unless somebody has a Horizon. And that's exactly what happened. Fortunate for them. Now we see Wicked trying to get some kills from the edge, but they will be getting shot at from ANC outplayed. He does survive that chaos. But it's going to be interesting to see how they cross. He uses the Horizon ultimate and grenades probably just for cover. No, he's actually going in. He's going to try to get a peek. He has 3 arc stars on his end. Party goes down.
But you can see it is once again ANC outplayed, and that was a risky maneuver. Again, you could see that the Horizon player did not have any HP full shields, but no HP, and ANC outplayed seemingly were ready for them. Was this really a well-calculated risk? Should have they pushed in this situation, or did they have no other choice? It's either push or die.
Looking at the map, there is no team under ANC outplayed. They could have just went inside, but they probably didn't know it was empty. That's how unlucky you can get in Apex. but the play was really good. It's just unfortunately ANC outplayed. They had all of these armor swaps they created from killing that team before, so they just swapped those shields and they were ready to fight again.
It is such an interesting strategy. When every single time I see it, it's one level above from just anything. You get full shields, you start juggling them, and you just are unkillable. Your opponent needs to basically get through you twice. And that almost seems unfair. You could still see that not every single team has fully evolved shields. It's pretty much right now just the team of OP, and Andy just removes mid-prets from the map altogether. The Dustin Elias out. 4 squads remaining. One of them, as you can see on your screens, is DH, by this point only playing for placement rather than any kills. I do not see him winning much.
Oh, the sear scan. Oh no. He gets leaked.
Now they know
his
where
position is leaked. Yeah, look at ANC. They're actually hunting him down. They managed to get the sear scan. And his teammates are actually hunting the solo while Shex is looking. No, excuse me. Shex is killing. Willem is looking so that another team doesn't kill his teammates. This is a very, very important strategy to learn in competitive. Sending 2 of your teammates for kills and 1 guy watches. Which is essentially exactly what they're doing. And now if you look at the zone ends directly under ANC outplay.
Their positioning is just sublime, and yeah, they have everything. They have a little home built over here, and they are more than happy to just be sitting around. There you got full shields, and he's going to be replacing his. So down there below, you do see with their highest placement so far, Shraga's party. Last time, pretty low, just 1 point for them. And it seems like the name of the game for NCL Plate is they're going to be pushing. They're not going to be waiting for their opposition. They're going to be asking their opposition the questions and seeing if they can answer them. So, okay, so we have NCL Plate. We have Sharry's party. Who is the final, who's the third team in this combination? Because I don't think we're going to be seeing Sharry's party alive for too long.
You do not want to see the last team. The last team is the Rampart team. The Sheila's ready. They have all the barricades ready. But let's look at Shraga's party and ANC Output fighting. Looks like season 7 to 16 Diamond is going to have to clutch. But Andy Jax actually got knocked by the other team. ANC Output paid the price of splitting. Look at that Sheila. They're ready. They're ready to shoot everybody in the door. It looks like season 7 to 16 Diamond actually did survive. Let's see if we can get 2nd place or maybe 1 more kill. He is crouching and his teammates knock down shields.
Just using your teammate as just something extra. Shax though from the top trying to reign supreme. Shraga's party is down. That's 2 teams remaining, but the matter of fact is ANC Outplay is pretty low down. But it only takes Willem 1 peek. Goes in, juggles his shields, goes in again. You can see it. Bam! ANC Outplay for the 2nd time in a row champions. Their aggression, I would have to say, around them was unparalleled in this game. They were ready. They always had the resources, and then they just pushed and they bulldozed over every single team that was in their way. They are right now in the prime position to take the whole tournament.
It is the confidence indeed. In the last zone you saw, I think it was Andy Jags who took the flank, and he did actually pay the price. He did die. I think it was to the Rampart team, but they indeed did clutch a 2v3 in the end. Now you see the difference between the Rampart team and the ANC Outplayed. With 24 kills. You
are kidding me.
Yeah, 24 kills in first place. That is a lot of points. Now again, off meta. Off meta got 2nd place again.
Yeah. And we just got a couple of shift here and there. Mid-Preds, previously 3rd, now 5th. Monkey Business did not get into the top 4 this time, ended up 7, but they collected the kills. 8 for Monkey Business, 10 kills for Sigmail. That's one thing that we haven't maybe seen as much throughout, especially knowing that Sigmail in the previous game finished with nothing. No placement points, no kill points, so something in their bank. But ANC Outplayed. Reminder, this is 20 teams. Each team has 3 players. ANC Outplayed literally destroyed more than 1/3 of the lobby, single-handedly.
And they won the game.
All right, yo, that was an amazing game number 2. I mean, like, I was listening to you guys talk about that entire thing the entire way through, and like, what was like, I guess, a highlight from that game, like, Rondon, for you?
ANC outplayed was the highlight of the game. Their
I mean,
gameplay and their confidence was the highlight of the game.
I think that's cheating, man. I mean, like, aside from ANC outplayed, of course, living up to their name, I mean, like, literally called outplayed, 24 kills. I think, like, over half of the other contestants didn't even have a single one. It was a game of who can stay away from ANC the longest. But what about you, Jar?
I think it's monkey business. The fact that they, when put in a tough position multiple times, a couple of times they had to push through their opposition. As we saw, Karma Esports was gatekeeping any team that was going past them. And you could see that monkey business almost did not care. In the end, that set them up in a good stead, but not high enough to make any top 3 placement. And in the end, 8 kills, respectable, but not enough to go at the end. So really, that was really a good moment for me.
That's right. Our TOs are at the moment just crunching the numbers. In a second, we'll show you the leaderboards and show you exactly where the rest of the teams now are. Of course, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that ANC outplayed must still be somewhere up there. For those who are just joining us, by the way, welcome. This is the Mastercup Community Tournament sponsored by Cooler Master. My name is Meyer. I'm joined by Jar of Jams and Rondon, and we're almost on into game number 3 of our 4-game Apex Legends series here. And if you are unfamiliar with our point system, again, first place gets 12 points, second place gets 9, third gets 7, fourth gets 5, fifth gets 4, and so on and so forth. Kills will give you 1 point per kill as well, so it's not just a matter of survival, even though when it comes to, like ANC, yeah, you have to kind of survive against them, but it's also about kills, and if you can get more kills, it doesn't necessarily matter. Here's the leaderboard, and damn, you can see exactly where ANC are doubling the amount of points of second place with off meta, and mid preds in third place with 26, and it gets much tighter down there. But Rondon, you before we started this tournament, you were like, oh, okay, ANC, those are the guys to watch out for. Look out for this, that, the other as well. Like, how do you think the teams you pointed out are playing out according to your predictions?
ANC output are just rolling. They are super confident, as you saw in the last end game. They actually split while there were 2 teams alive. They had 2 people on one team and 1 person on the other team. That confidence is just unmatched, and you can see that in the results and in the way they play. Also, monkey business. You saw the fight in Fisher. They are just confident. I believe they were hunting down Team 17th right now, Oilyman, and they managed to survive the impossible. They managed to survive, I think, 2 sandwiches. They crafted and they managed to go back into the zone. So monkey business and ANC outplay definitely is super strong standing. And then off meta and mid preds, the teams that I didn't anticipate actually doing really good. Second and third place, good stuff.
That's right. It's been looking really good so far. What about yourself, Jar? Like from this game, I mean, obviously we saw like a crazy 3-team, 4-team sandwich at the very end of the first game here. How did this game kind of like go off your own expectations?
I think it went just as I expected, starting from the game number 1, coming into game number 2, ANC outplayed, immediately getting kills the moment they land, so they start the game incredibly well. They can immediately loot their opposition, maybe charge their shields just a little bit, and then they just snowballed off. 23 kills, 24 kills for the side of outplayed.
Something astronomical like that, yeah.
They doubled their placement points just off the kills. They are absolutely unstoppable. But it was interesting to see exactly who got into the final ring, and this also means that the intrigue for who's going to finish in the top 3 and of course get those fantastic prizes from Cooler Master is still alive. The problem for everybody who's vying to get those 27-inch monitors is that outplayed needs to die immediately in 2 games in a row, and the teams chasing from the back, again, off meta, mid preds, monkey business. I would even throw Wicked Sigmail and FSA in that mix as well. They need to be dropping the same 20 kill games, 15 kill games, getting those top points as well. It's going to be a tough call for them, but somebody needs to knock them down a peg. Otherwise, after the game number 3, we're just going to see how outplayed.
We might see some contests.
Oh, yeah?
We might see somebody intentionally dropping on ANC outplay, trying to eliminate them in the beginning of the match.
Okay, I mean, I'd like to see that. I mean, like, definitely, right now, they've almost well and truly cemented themselves there in that #1 spot. Of course, if you're just joining us, this isn't just a friendly game. We call ourselves a community tournament, but we do have a bunch of prizes from our sponsor over at Cooler Master. We've got ourselves for the first place winners. We have 3 Cooler Master 27-inch monitors to give away. For our second place contestants, we have 3 Cooler Master ML360 Sub-Zero all-in-one coolers to give away. And for our third place winners, they're going to be getting themselves to improve their, their team comp and their team communication, some Cooler Master MH630 headsets as well. And yeah, I think that we've got a really cool lineup today for all this stuff. We've got the monitor, we've got the AIO, and we have the headset right there in all their glory. For more information, check out coolermaster.com. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Hey, Tim, can I have one? Yeah, the monitor. Do you guys want one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
I already have one. What are you talking about?
I mean, why not 2?
Oh, true. Yeah, I want one, Tim.
Okay, there's three talents on the desk. There's 3 players per team. I'm pretty sure we can get those 27-inch again. 165 hertz refresh rate. You are going to be clicking those heads much faster when you can see those heads much faster. So, gaming advantage, folks. Gaming advantage.
That's right. Also, the 3 of us and 1 of Tim. So either way, I think we've got ourselves a plan here. But guys, it looks like we're almost ready now for game number 3. Moving on to Storm Point, which is our second battlegrounds that we're going to be competing here today. And I think that, well, we've had Rondon and Jar. I think it's my turn to jump in with Ron, our, how would you say, Apex Legends Sherpa, our guide today for, well, to tell me exactly what's going on, because I'm going to be pointing at the shiny lights and asking what's happening, man.
Yeah, I'll try to tell you what's going on. I'll try to analyze the gameplay for you, and
All
for
right.
the viewers, of course.
Okay, perfect. Well, it seems as if we're going to be hopping in anytime soon. So, well, I guess we just have to wait. And we didn't have to wait too long, because here we are, and it looks like our teams are off to a good start here, just hopping off. And who is that right now? It looks like what team is that?
I say we go there.
Who's
This
team?
team mid Pretz.
There they are. Yeah.
Right now. Yeah, we did switch the map to Storm Point.
Mm-hmm.
So
what would
everybody
you say about this initial spread here? I mean, like, obviously people kind of jumped off straight away. Is that to kind of like just get your boots on the ground and start looting as soon as possible, or what?
No, people typically call where they want to drop. I mean, wait, look at Antenna, Launchpad, Shipfall, Gale Station 3. There is 1 team in Fish Farms. There is nobody around them. On the other hand, look at Stormcatcher and look at Commands, and there's like 4 teams.
Oh wow!
Oh my god! Yeah, players and teams, they typically call where they're dropping, either in the lobby chat to kind of let other teams know, so that this doesn't happen, like a chaotic 5-team matchup on 2 squared meters. Looks like Horace will be running away from see you next game. Sure, I guess party dead, eliminated.
I think right now all I can think of and all I want to know is what's happening with, of course, Team A and C, and where are they and who are they going to be harassing today?
I think they're going to be harassing everybody who they see. They are not really full HP, however. Arrest trying to escape, gets caught by Dustin. Now it looks like Sigma are running. It looks like they're actually abandoning the fight, taking the cannon.
Yeah, it looks like Sigma didn't really come up to a great start here in this team fight here. But obviously, for those who are new to Apex, if you do lose a teammate, they can come back. You have things called death boxes you can use to of course, to revive your teammate. But in a competition like this, though, would that count towards a kill, even if they're death boxed, or no?
Yeah. Essentially, if you turn a player into a dead box, it's a kill. And if the guy gets respawned again and you turn him into a dead box again, it's another kill for you. So essentially, there are teams taking advantage of this. And sometimes even when I play, I tell my team, let them rest, right? So let's say you see a duo on a respawn beacon, and I tell my team, let them rest, so we get 1 more kill. You know?
Yeah, I suppose that's playing the game, you know what I mean? And it looks like we've just lost Team FNK. They have been eliminated already here. We have 16 teams left now, 45 players on the pitch, and things are going pretty okay. I mean, like, there's a lot of action happening on that kill feed, that's for sure. With FSA now coming out as well with, what is that, Crust Rider leading out. See you next game there.
Yeah, they are actually fighting in the ring ending location, but this early in the game, no one really rotates too early. You know, you typically do have teams that go for the kills. Go for the, oh, as Dustin, he is going for the kills. He does have an enemy Bangalore. What happened there? Did you just give up? I think he just gave up.
They looked around, saw all the competition, like, you know what? I'll see you game 4.
Yeah, he's like, you know, don't waste your bullets. I'm right here. Just get me.
Oh man. But like we saw with game number 2, not many teams out there got that many kills at all. I mean, like of course Team AMC kind of showed everybody off. But right now it does look like we have a bunch of team fights going on over here. Do you think people's gears have shifted a tiny bit to try and get themselves into more compromising situations, or what's happening here?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you see Team 1 getting 70 points in 2 games. Team in 3rd place, they hit over 30 points. So if you're anywhere under points for those 2 games, you really need to go big. You really need to go look for the kills and try to get the 20-30 point game to be eligible for those prizes. And so all these teams, you know, they realize that. That's why we saw so many teams fighting off drop, and we're at 13 squads right now.
That's right. I mean, of course they would be as well, because hey, I mean, like again, I'm fighting for this monitor myself right here on this seat.
Yeah, we see Clutchy. The Horizon Tactical actually goes through objects and walls, and you see that the circle thingy that launches people upwards. So if he puts his tactical under it, they cannot take the system that puts you into the sky. So that's a very good strategy. But here we see Team Mid-Preds fighting. They have 1 Nog and Moti. And this is a duo. Looks like their third is not in the match. He probably already died. And we'll see Gustash trying to clutch, but he doesn't shoot it against him.
Oh, we did a good job there grabbing that chest piece, but it wasn't enough, it seems like, to at least clutch that.
He shot him on the ground. Yeah, it was a really, really nasty armor swap and a really, really good spray. I believe he one-clipped Dustin. Dustin definitely didn't expect him to even clutch and get 1 knock. I mean, that's something that you don't really want. You even get knocked in these competitive tournaments, like when third party's coming. And we see ANC Outplay fighting Eggy Killers. Villain finds 1 knock.
Looks like we lost well, Andy Jax from Team ANC there. He just got knocked, but we'll see how this pans out. We got 2 left with Willem and their Seer. Oof.
He does find the kill, but he gets refragged by Meso. It's a 1v1. Shags wins, but are there other teams around? I believe there is. There is team of Meta, but they are playing in the building. They probably don't realize that ANC Outplayed only has Shex alive, or had Shex alive. They already rested Willem, and Shex is already making space. You see, that's the confidence. That's the confidence I'm talking about. His teammate is laying on the ground, dead, right? Knocked.
Yeah.
And his other team is healing, but he's still willing to pick 3 people in a house and shoot them off. To kind of show them, you know, we're reset, don't even try to push.
It's all about asserting that dominance, you know?
Yeah. Apex is a very, you know, psychological game as well.
But with that deck, it looks like they've already rezzed Andy Jax as well. They're already back and at it again. That was a really fast come around.
Yeah, definitely. They were lucky that off-meta didn't choose to push. Off-meta, again, I believe they're not really getting lucky with their shields. I mean, off-meta, I believe in game 2, we saw them with two white shields trying to third-party Monkey Business and Harvester. Right. And again, they really have, what do they have? 2 blues and 1 white shield. You know, you really are not confident to push, but who's confident to push is ANC Outplayed.
That's
Inside
right.
the zone, they're just pushing. Look at them.
Fully kitted there with the 3 purple Evos. Of course they would, but of course it's not just about the shields and the items. These guys, just their game sense in general, their ability to just take on anybody, anytime, is kind of mesmerizing to watch. Not gonna lie here, as Shex jumps over the building here and he covers the backside.
Yeah, the other team, they do have a Watson generator inside, so any grenades will not go through. They also have the Rampart, so we'll see whether Sheila will be clutching. Sheila is the name of the minigun, by the way.
Okay.
Now, the Octane, or no, actually it's Monkey Business. Monkey Business knocking Shex from far away from behind. So it appears off meta it will survive. Now Shex got finished, turned into a dead box, and ANC Outplayed is a duo.
Oh man, so it's still happening in there, man. What's going on?
Yeah, Monkey Business ended up pushing through, eliminating off meta, and now it looks like they will be chasing ANC outplayed. As a player, you know, if there is a team just pushing inside the, I don't want to call it the end zone because it's not where the zone ends, but it is certainly, you know, within good margin of where the zone could end. You could probably guess it's ANC outplayed. I mean, the way they played game 1 and 2, they're rushing everyone. So if you're Monkey Business and you see a team who leaves a house just to push for no particular reason, you can probably guess it's a good team. And you see it is ANC outplayed and Monkey Business eliminates them.
That's right, and for a time there, it's looking very, very bad for ANC outplayed here, but they managed to pull away just in time. Monkey Business here, not necessarily pushing or overextending them to catch them out. But I find within Apex Legends, you have these characters, right, that can do things like, you know, like Rampart, like Watson, putting down traps, and, you know, Toxic as well, holding a zone. In a competition like this, which is very kill-focused, you know, obviously, you know, if you come in first and you survive, then obviously you're going to get a lot of points. But also, when you have other legends out there where their kits are more focused on hunting people down and chasing down the kills, would you say that, like, it's worth having these more defensive characters?
It really depends on the tournament. I mean, a little bit of insight on the TSM coach Raven.
Right.
TSM used to be a zone team back in the day, and I think every team used to be a zone team. Nobody was really trying to fight people. And then Raven said, you know, it's much easier to kill one team at any point in the game than to get 7th place, because in 7th place you get 3 placement points. Right? If you kill a team, that's just 3 points, right? If you kill a team and you die top 16, you still got those 3 points. But if you kill that team, and that's what we see on ANC Outplay, they kill a team and they're stronger. Look at Monkey Business, red, purple, purple. They're ready to fight everyone, right?
Yeah.
And if you compare that to the Rampart team, they had white and blue, while they were getting pushed by triple purple ANC Outplayed.
I see.
That's an insane HP advantage. And so essentially when you start killing people, it spirals up and you can kill more people because you have more loot, you have more attachments, more ammo, better shields, and more confidence.
Here we are, bringing that confidence here to the test as they go into this fight over here.
Yeah, but we didn't really test Masuko enough. Masuko gets knocked on streamy. But Franzbot does clutch in the end. The Gibby came in clutch. If they didn't have the bubble, they could really pay the price, because the Horizon from the other team did a really good job of taking the height.
That's right. With that, mid-preds are eliminated, but man, Misuka did a good job there up until the end.
Yeah, we see Oily Men trying to get into the zone. You could assume Oily Men, they have the beacon information, and they are trying to rotate down to the south. Now, if you were to open the map, now the south side of Stormcatcher, it's in the open, so nobody can really play in the end zone. So even though if Team Oily Men have the zone information and they know the zone is going south from Stormcatcher, then you can't really play there yet, because you're going to get focused by everyone who's not playing there.
Right.
That's sort of like you know, as long as you don't have the high ground, you're gonna die to the team that has the high ground. So you have to be the last team coming from the high ground to actually capitalize on the teams on the low ground. So that's why we see Oily Men not really rotating inside the zone. And we see Rusty Gardens trying to maybe line up a shot, but it doesn't look like. Now we do have another team in the command center, and we do have another team scanning the player beacon all the way west. A team just landed on Stormcatcher, and they're taking the package. If that's a Kraber, that could be a game changer.
Oh. It looks like we are down to 6 teams now, 17 contestants left on the map, which means that these guys will have at least 3 points at the end of this, regardless of where they place or how many kills they get.
Yeah, exactly. But again, if you compare that to, for example, Monkey Business, I mean, look at Monkey Business. They have 2, 4, and 5. They have 9 kills already, plus the same placement points, right? So Monkey Business already gaining 12 points from this game if they die now. That's a big jump, you know. And if you're Oily Men, you have so far, I believe they have 0 points for kills and 3 for placement, but you really need to get over 30 in 2 games to get into the prize pool.
That's right. The podium is getting further and further out of reach for a few contestants now, but we'll see. I mean, like, again, with 6 squads left and things down to kills, it's still anybody's game with 16 contestants left up alive.
Yeah, I believe we see 4 teams on the north side of the map. Everyone is kind of grouping up on Stormcatcher. No one's playing on the south side.
Why do you think that is?
There's, I believe it's because north side is the high ground, really.
Right.
Nobody from the south coming into north nobody can really kill you. They can shoot you, they can knock you, but by the time they actually get up and climb up and fly up and do whatever, you will already have rest by that point.
Right.
So having high ground is a really, really important rule of thumb you want to have in every macro or micro decision you make throughout the game.
Now, with high ground, is that to do with like bullet drop necessarily, or like why is high ground so important within Apex Legends?
So let's say, look at power sims, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they were to knock one of oily men, they need to run. They need to run up. I mean, this hill, it's easy to run up. There is no climb.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at Stormcatcher, I mean, you have one zip that is very easy to stand on top of and just shoot down, right? Nobody can really take a zip in your face. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
And then you have 2 ramps that again are really, really hard to walk up on. So it's the time that it gets to climb, because then you can rest your teammate and then fight that team once they come. On the other side, if you come from the top, you knock somebody on the bottom, all you have to do is jump off, and you're there.
I got you. Okay, and with that means that Power Sims right now are in a power position at the moment, as these guys are kind of like, they need to come in this way if they want to proceed into the game, it seems, as well. But we still have 6 squads left. After all this time, it seems as if like we have a bit of a stalemate here, as the teams aren't necessarily pushing in. But I was wrong, in fact. It looks like Power Sims need to push through under that banner if they want to get in, because that was going to fry them in a second.
Yeah, Power Sims are getting gatekept by oily men.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing oily men need to do other than wait.
Open, here
the zone's gonna do the rest. And Team Power Sims, they actually do have to push. They do find one rogue they can play in the end, but oily men, the good play right now is to actually clean them, because then they will be getting backstepped. They need to start making space, start getting kills, and cleaning this team in the back.
All right, yeah. Otherwise, they are going to get third-partied, it seems. There aren't too many teams too far away from them, so...
Exactly. Mad Melee, he does have the Seer ultimate ready. He could use that. Now Shaq's actually over-peeking, trying to get his shots, and we see the Horizon tactical coming into play. And Revive actually gets knocked. Great caps. We see an Archer knock. Another grenade. Power Sims looks like they actually won the fight, and Oilerman is eliminated.
Ooh.
Now Power Sims are getting showed already. There's a third party coming in from Team Hexus Gaming, and Hexus Gaming coming in one red, 2 purples. They're ready to fight.
Yeah.
Mythic does have a knockdown shield though, but it doesn't help, and Power Sims are eliminated. There is a Kraber in the game, by the way.
That was a great attempt, though, by Power Sims. I mean, like, they managed to hold it that far from Oily Men.
No, Power Sims should not even have gotten those kills.
Oh, yeah?
Like, on paper, they did not have any advantages, right? But they played so well that they actually managed to get some kills from that team and also another placement point, right?
Right.
So, good stuff from them.
Yeah, they brought their paper, that's right.
But now we see Monkey Business actually going into the choke, and we see Monkey Business could be getting backstabbed again. But they are really hungry for those kills. Let's see how they do.
Let's see how
they are using
do,
those grenades though. 2 knocks already. Raw surviving on 1 HP. Hexus Gaming eliminated. And this is going to be a solo. Red coming into play.
Only 2 squads remaining. What happened to ANC? Did we miss them get taken out?
ANC got taken out by Monkey Business on the right side of Stormcatcher when they pushed the Rampart team that was barricaded.
Ah, right.
They hunted them down, yeah. And now we see a 1v3. We'll see how he does, but this should be an easy process. Now, of course, if you're Monkey Business, you have no idea it's a solo, right? You just see a guy, so you're trying to be cautious about it. But it looks like they realized now, and they have actually killed him, and Monkey Business is the winner of the game 3.
All right, and I think that was one of your predictions as well. I mean, like, you gave us, I think, 3 or 4 teams at the beginning of this tournament. You're like, okay, ANC, okay, Monkey Business. All right, these guys, hey, TOs, watch out for these guys here. And there's Monkey Business cinching that W right here. Man, I cannot wait to see the kill feed here and see exactly what happened under the hood here, because after game 2, I'm sure a bunch of these contestants out here were like, yo, we're not gonna have zeros to our name again. We're gonna try a bit here. So let's have a look. But I guess we'll see it in a second once out. Oh, here we are. Thank you very much, TOs. So Monkey Business in first place there with the 16 kills. All right, okay. It looks like this time around, Monkey Business are the ones with the crown here, showing us that it's not just about ANC. Like there are other teams out here. But it does look like that spread is a little bit, it's still a bit more even, but at the same time, we got Hexus in third place there with 10 kills, and then Power Sips with 5. Otherwise, we haven't really, and Mid-Preds as well, but otherwise, we haven't really seen, much of an ebb and flow here with the amount of kills we've had today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at Karma Esports. They have 0 kills, but they did get those 9 placements more for second place.
That's right. That's crazy. I love that, actually, Hey, they managed to survive. End of the day, that's all you need.
Hexus Gaming, though, having a strong performance this game. 10 kills, third place. They did pull out the Pathfinder for some reason. Pathfinder is not considered a valid competitive pick, but we do see 3, 4 teams.
Yeah, 5 even.
5 teams are playing Pathfinder out of 18 this game.
I do have a question, though. I mean, you did mention that Seer is kind of a better Bloodhound. Why would you choose to use Bloodhound over Seer if Seer is so much better? I mean, we've seen here Monkey Business using Bloodhound to good effect here.
I believe it's because they choose to go for kills. The Bloodhound's ultimate, you can see through smokes. If you look at the amount of Bangalores in here, I believe there is maybe 5 teams, 6. No, a bit more that don't have a Bangalore
galore. It's crazy, man. Everybody has. You get a Bangalore.
You get a Bangalore.
Oh,
and so
man.
then you enable the ultimate and you see through all of these smokes, right? You don't need a digital threat. And so that's very important in the Bloodhound kit. And also you see Monkey Business, they have a Gibraltar, which is a very good fighting character. Mad Maggie, very good opening character. And so Bloodhound is kind of there to give the scans to your team. I mean, with a Seer, you have to really land your tactical. It's not really hard, but if it's in a fight in the open and you can't really predict their position, you would have to, you would have to be a wizard to actually land your tactical every single time. On the other hand, with the Bloodhound, you just press your tactical, and wherever you're looking at, you scan.
Right.
So that gives your teammates the information of where they are.
Would you say that Seer is a bit more passive because of this compared to Bloodhound?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I guess I'll explain the kill disparity here. I mean, Monkey Business, they came in first and they sealed 16 points. But Karma here had 0 kills, but they're still up there and they're going to be snagging 9 points into this tournament. But yeah, it looks like, guys, we're going to be moving swiftly on into game number 4, our 4th and final game in a few moments here. But here are the numbers. They've finally been crunched, and here it is with ANC Outplayed still in first place here. A lofty 76 points to their name after clinching a couple more. I think they got 5 points over the last game. Monkey Business here pushing through into second place here with 53 points, and Mid-Preds underneath here with 36. I think right now it's almost one could say, set in stone here. Monkey Business have shown they have what it takes to get them kills, though, and to put, ANC Outplayed, to kind of just make them stop. So we'll see. But for now, I don't know about you guys. Maybe you can tell me here, Rondon, but I think that maybe perhaps it's really a battle here for third place when it comes down to the rest of these teams.
Well, I believe it's a battle for first, second, and third place. I mean,
okay.
we saw ANC Outplayed, right? I'm not sure how many points they had, but they really only got, I believe, 5 points. Yeah, they had 3 kills and 9 plays. 5 points,
yeah.
Yeah, they only got 5 points this game. So if that happens again, and Monkey Business gets a 20-something game, they could be essentially getting the first place. Now the same thing goes for Mid-Pred. So we'll see what strategy teams pick. I mean, they already saw game 1 on Stormpoint play out, and they know where ANC Outplay dropped. They could really just land on them to try to kill them and then have a really, really big game. I mean, for Mid-Preds, 40 points is not impossible, but they would also have to take out Monkey Business. If you don't take out Monkey Business, they're also going to take some of those kills, right? So you kind of want all those kills for yourself. So Mid-Preds, they would have to really eliminate 2 of the strongest teams in the tournament, and so we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But before we go into game 4, let's jump back into that lobby and get Jar Jam into this conversation as well. Jar, how's it going, and how did you feel about this game, man?
Well, Rondon, I said that for the teams to catch up to ANC, they have to do something impossible, those teams, and that's exactly what happened. Also,
Exactly.
ANC had to drop in some sort of way, and so they did. Again, what was it, 9th, 10th place finish? Once again, I'm going to quickly pull it up. Like, finished 9 with just 3 kills to their name. That's nothing. All the while, Monkey Business is creeping up again, meaning that all the excitement is still remaining for the final game, and everybody who is within the shot, even the teams that perhaps we maybe haven't expected, due to the fact that all of the leaders have dropped down quite early, we are seeing this leaderboard where everybody still has a chance. There's still a big gap to be overcome, and the Outplay did not make it easy for everybody else to catch up to but the fact is everything is still on, and as Rondon has described it, maybe somebody is going to be dropping with the NC Outplay, is going to be dropping on top of them. Straight from the first minute of the game, right down to the very last moment, I think the intrigue is going to be on, and we're going to be seeing just everything still on board, everything to play for.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see you guys call those shots as well, because I think that we're going to be hopping in very soon. But before we do that, for those that are just wow, words are hard sometimes, especially when we have such hot competition. But for those who are just jumping in today, welcome. My name is Meyer, and we do have Jar Jams and Rondon here with us today. They're going to be doing the casting for this 4th game. This, of course, is our Apex Legends tournament for the Mastercup community tournaments here. Over at Mastercup XP. Thank you everybody for jumping in and for watching today. And before we hop into the next game, I want to show you guys real quick once again what the prizes we have in store for our winners and our hopefuls here. So first place, of course, are fighting for 3 of these Cooler Master GM27 FQS 27-inch monitors each. Not 3 each, but 3 for each team. There we go. Thank you, Brain. Okay, second place are going to be getting themselves 1 ML360 Sub-Zero AIO cooler each. And third place will be taking home 1 Cooler Master MH630 headset each as well. These are some really awesome prizes. Every single month here at the Mastercup, we have a different competition with different games and with different prizes as well. Last month, we gave away chairs to our first place winners here. The AIO is a bit of a staple, so the headsets as well. Next month's Brawlhalla, by the way, but more on that at the end of this tournament. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and just hop into that next game. So once again, Jar and Rondon, take it over.
Rondon, he just mentioned chairs. That's like about 5% to your skill, if not 10% to your skill immediately. Just like those monitors that the players are playing for today. The chairs, if your tush is not sitting comfortably, you're just out of it. But let's jump into this one. Game number 4. Sorry, the loading screen has come and gone. We are still on Storm Point. Do you think somebody is going to dare? Do you think somebody is going to dare and hot drop on ANC Outplayed?
I mean, it really depends, but I hope so. Nothing against ANC Outplay, right, the homies. But if you're a team that is not within the prize pool, and let's say you have anything under 15 points, that is your only chance. Maybe not ANC Outplayed, maybe focus the 3rd place or the 4th place team, right? But you do have to do that. If you don't do that, I mean, you could still play your game and play the tournament for practice, but then you're not realistically going to get into the prize pool. So there are some decisions to be made.
Alrighty, and as we are seeing the final drop happening, I'm looking for ANC Outplayed. I'm looking for Monkey Business. And Monkey Business have dropped off. You can see them in orange on your screens. Where are the
Look at
likes of
ANC Outplayed. Look at them. Do you see them? Launchpad right now.
They're solo.
You know what they did?
Yeah.
They knew somebody was gonna drop on them. Okay, they've been dropping Launchpad forever. Even in the two splits before of Pro League, I know they've been landing. Never mind, they're going fish farms. Look at that. They're landing on K2.
It's going to be
Look
trouble.
how
It's
the
going to be trouble for
turntables.
K2. But where's the 3rd one? I see Andy Jack, I see Willem. I do not seem to see their final and 3rd player.
Yeah, they're all together. They're all together in fish farms. Yeah, the name tags are just.
Yeah, just stacked on top of each other. Shex would be the 3rd player for that roster, and it might get heated up in fish farms. And we also see how crowded it was to the north of the map. It was 5 teams. This, I think, immediately gonna start our kill ticker down, and we're already seeing a couple of kills happening here and there. Only 16 squads, only 44 players, and this is only one more map to play.
Yeah, but I would like to go back to what ANC Outplay did. They did not drop from their ship until it was like way over where they were supposed to go. The ship did start on the south side of the map, right? And they are dropping south side of the map, so they could have just dropped from the ship and just went, right? But I anticipated somebody landing on them, and they didn't want to. They were staying in the ship, and they were trying to improvise instead. And once they have confirmed that no one's in fact landing on their spot, they dropped.
Smart play, no doubts about that. And a couple of pot shots here and there. This is crazy caps. The team of Zeta Gaming. We haven't seen them that much on our screens. Getting owned down. Helped out Zeta Gaming just as. And Matthias getting on fully on drop. That's Power Sims eliminated. Zeta Gaming eliminated. Things happening in two places at once. And that's FNK dropping on Zeta Gaming. Just like that. 2 squads down. And are we in the north side of the map? Because that was one hot spot. I believe the left side of the map is what a lot of teams has congregated as well. And the moment you loot, you hear the footsteps, and then it's kill or be killed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're Zeta Gaming, if you're playing as a duo, you know, there's not really a reason to drop on a team. I mean, of course, maybe the team dropped after them, but realistically, if you're a duo, you know, you should play your chances and not really try to kill a 3-man team, right? You're probably not going to win, and so that was probably not the best decision from that team to even entertain the fight. I believe the right decision is always to run away if you're in the disadvantage, but they did at least die heroes, and now we see team rotating out of wall. But this is a new team coming into wall, 2 new teams coming into wall. In fact, team coming from command and team from north, but rotated inside wall, and they're trying to hunt out team FNK, who already zipped all the way to high point. That's insane. You see this is last game for you. Every team is trying to get those extra kill points so they have a shot at this beautiful prize pool. And you see 2 teams went towards wall because they heard shots, they maybe saw the kill feed, you know, they really wanted to get in on the kills, and they find nobody, they find each other, but not fighting yet.
That is such a strong strategy, but at this point you need to be pushing as far as possible, even if you're a team that is prone to just waiting it out, getting into zone late, going around the ring, picking up anybody. By this point, since this is the last game, you need the kills, you need the placement, and you just need to be extra aggressive. Right now, mid-Preds, we've started the first game strong, and for the longest time they have been in, I suppose they are still our number 3 team behind Monkey Business in second and ANC Outplay. But their previous game was not as successful. They would like to do something different. Daryuna, Desnilias, and Mitsuko are going to be dropping on somebody, and the shots rattling on down. Daryuna still chasing his opposition. No shield on Dustin Elias, and it's going to be pretty tough for them to create anything. Push, simultaneous push from all the 3 players, and they're trying to get nothing for Dog Juices. That's Zyro. Another team gets eliminated.
Jumping straight into another fight. We see Wickets fighting.
With like 5 teams at the same time by the looks of it, as we're jumping back and forth. Their opposition, oh, no, that's a teammate, that's FSA, and they're down. A little bit of collection here and there, and the team counter is starting to take down incredibly fast. We are, again, if everybody catching kills, if everybody chasing kills, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see a lot of folks surviving. Good news for ANC, our current leaders, is they are slowly approaching top 10, and it's going to be incredibly hard for anybody to then knock them down off their top position if they're crawling back.
And here we see Wickets actually getting third-partied by Monkey Business. There we go. Monkey Business getting the kills.
We're not seeing them to be the kill leaders just yet. At least I didn't see the notification. Well, rather, they have perhaps changed it, but yeah, they do not have much. But they are the team that I think above everybody else right now needs to be pushing, because they are the only team out of everybody. Oh, see you later. That's Hex's Gaming. Oh, that's just giving your head to the opposition.
That's just unlucky.
The door just did not close. But yeah, out of everybody, Monkey Business is the only team within a shot to catch up and overtake ANC Outplay. So it's Monkey Business gonna be pushing hard. Hex just continues on collecting the enemies. There's no help. I'm pretty sure I saw 96, and that should be down, that should be out, and that is new aim out. FNK is going to be dropping down. One of their players, that's Keenot. You could see that the action is heating up. There's team upon team upon team. Of course, who's that in the midst of all of it? That's Monkey Business. Jeru drops down Fiazinho, and that is FNK's last player, Maroni, running away. Sometimes it's the right option to do.
Yeah, Monkey Business, they got kind of lucky. The FNK, they came down back from high point into wall. probably to craft, maybe to scan the beacon, but the only thing they found is monkey business, and now they have to go res and craft. I mean, the good thing about having a lifeline on your team is that any support character, even if he's dead, you can craft the beacons of your teammates, and so running away is a valid strategy for Maroni right now.
That is so interesting, since a lifeline is not a frequent. Oh, let's talk about the action, because FNK and Maroni dropped out. Found themselves Crust the Rider, and just like that, they are out of the tournament. Sick Male is a Crust the Rider, and they are trying to get themselves in good position as well. But yeah, Lifeline, I've never considered her to be the frequent character or legend in the top ranked games. So it's very interesting to see her being picked up over here. Usually just no space for her. Is it because of the map, or is it just sometimes you just want that competition?
Most of the issues that we have when it comes to picking characters is not the character is bad, but there is a better option. So if you compare the kit of Lifeline and you compare it to, let's say, Horizon, I mean, the ultimate of Horizon, you combine it with 1 or 2 arc stars and you can get a kill. You know, your tactical can get you to the roof of the building in maybe like a second. Lifeline has really good a big value when it comes to fighting and resetting. I mean, the res, the drone, staying in the zone, that's very powerful, but then you do have to make your playstyle around Lifeline and not the other way around.
It'll be interesting to catch more Lifeline high-ranked, high-quality gameplay, because it's so interesting. Obviously, so many legends in the game, the combinations. There's obviously meta, but I love off-meta picks. I love when folks bring out something that's maybe not as standard and also start winning with that one. Speaking of off-meta, we're watching them. Dark Without K2 and Sir Octavia, the 14. Grenade being popped up here and there. You can see that the anti-grenade ultimate has been popped, but nobody's immediately coming in for them. Off-meta, though, for yet another game in a row, London is setting up. They like their positional play. They like to carve themselves a little space, a niche, and just stay there.
Yeah, the issue with off-meta and them setting up is they're not in the zone, right? They're getting pinpointed. They're getting pinpointed by Team Hex's Gaming. That is everywhere around them, and there's nothing they can do. They're stuck in one egg building, and they're just going to pray that somebody's going to make a mistake, or that some other team is going to shoot Hex's Gaming, who's taking the roof right now. They're all the way in the open, one charge rifle, and you can get knocked on the roof, but they still do it. They managed to get the control of the top floor of the building. They clean it, and Octavio the 13 and his team of Meta are playing the bottom floor. Now the issue is they can't really get out, and they will have to fight. So we're just waiting for the first team to make their first step, and the Sheila is ready. The Rampart is already rolling the Sheila. So if you're the team on top, Hex's Gaming, you really don't want to jump into that. You're going to get teamed.
Let's see how it ends up. Hex Gaming first, of course, once she clears out as fast as possible. K2 landing a couple of shots here and there. And yeah, the coordination is going to be the name of the game. If you can coordinate yourself on one player, land your shots properly. Again, you also need to obviously just be absolutely as precise as possible. And look at that, it's outplayed. ANC outplays William, also in the distance, trying to get something off meta. Dark Duck with almost nothing. Might have the time, but those are shield cells. Those are not the full-on recharges. Seems like he does not have much.
He has the syringe
here. There, he has the syringe at least, but look what's coming in. The zone. Oh, it could be the difference maker between these two teams, and this could be the end. And now they need to move, or will they end? Look who's around the egg.
Outplays.
Look who's outside the egg.
The third party knocking on the door.
Oh, they're just not. They're just completely.
No, they're ramming the door. Never mind.
Yes, there's no door anymore. They're on the top. They're now on the second floor. Now everybody in this first zone. Hex's Gaming is down, but I do not believe that the side of off meta is going to be surviving in that one for too long.
It is zone number 2 only, so that is perfectly survivable. The only issue is you won't really be able to rest because ANC Outplay has the Seer. If they haven't used their tactical ability, they still have it. I don't believe. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. They don't hit it though. They didn't hit it perfectly, so he still gets the rest up. But they're still pushing, and that is a 3-0.
3-0
for ANC Outplayed.
Again, coordination. I feel like okay, ANC Outplayed has the coordination on point, more so than I think any other team in the lobby right now. They know when to push, and when they push, they come in together, or to come in from all the same side, or different sides, but also together at the same point. Signal right now on our screens, finding their opposition. You can see that the Seer is just seeing absolutely everybody, but it's just not enough to see. You also need to hit your shots, and Signal is only down to Arez FPS. Signal is out. That's Destilinius, and of course, once again, this is Mid-Pretz collecting himself some kills. Another team that we all very interested in is Monkey Business. So it's Monkey Business. It is Mid-Pretz. It is, of course, Ansi, Outplayed. Who is our fourth? Who has snuck into the top 4 and is now facing so many tough battles?
He does grab a lot out of the Gibraltar bombardment, but Giro actually getting the knock on Dustin. We'll see, maybe Mitsuko can get the refrag. Yeah, he can. Another 95. 18. Let's see, can he bring the Bloodhound down? Yes, he can. Mitsuko clutching. It's Franzbot. Gets one knock. He still has the bubble.
Second.
Ooh, great shots from Franz.
Another one. Mid-Preds are out, but you could see that it was a difference maker of just a couple of bullets in that SMG, and this could have been trouble. There's ANC Outplay. Do they know where their opposition is? No, ANC Outplay just taking the prime spot right in the circle. They're giving me first in the spot, and they're going to be welcoming everybody with open arms. And when I say open arms, I do mean with guns blazing, with shields almost on full, and I'm pretty sure with enough resources to outlast a nuclear winter.
Yeah, in Southplay they do take the high ground. Now Monkey Business just realized that the high ground is no longer free, that ANC Outplay took it. Now Monkey Business, they do have the Gibraltar bubble, so they do have one free reset if somebody gets knocked or low HP. ANC Outplay deploying the Bangalore's ultimate, the bombardment. We'll see if ANC Outplay actually entertains the push. They find the knock on Streamy, instant smoke. They will see grenade, arc star, the shield comes into play. Shax has the DG, but he's getting beamed. He does find 2 cracks, another knock, and full Team Monkey Business eliminated.
Alrighty, and now only 2 teams remain. ANC Outplayed, once again making an easy work out of their opposition, and Karma Esports, who we have seen in game number 3 take second position as well, with 0 kills, and are they doing it again? Have they once again snuck into top 2 with no kills to their name?
Yeah, they definitely did this game, but we'll see how that works out, you know, because essentially you're a duo. The best shot you had to win the game was 1 minute ago when ANC Outplayed was fighting. You know, from a coaching perspective and from a pro player perspective, oh my god. He's emoting on top of Down Beast. Look at this guy. Look at Shax.
It's confidence. It's confidence. NC Outplayed
Exactly.
know that they have been the best team all around, and they only need to prove it one more time. Already have 2 lobby wins. In the third one, they finished 9th, and was surprising with Monkey Business really bringing the whole thing back together. But right now, ANC are back into action, and I think they're proving once again that we were right to consider them one of the top teams. They've no doubt showed really everything that's so great about them, and it's no surprise that this is one of the teams that is playing into ALGS, the Pro League, the top tier competition for Apex Legends.
Yeah, and you see in the outplay, they're just trying to look in every single corner. They have the Seer ready, so they already should have spotted Team Karma playing on the left side of Down Beast. We'll see. They are in outplay is splitting. You see, Andy is still on the tunnel on the right side. In case it's Shax and Willem, they find the duo and they trade, or the duo wins 2-0. I mean, ANC Outplayed might even get second place. You see, Shax is zipping right into them. Let's see what Karma does.
Quake in their boots, I'm pretty sure. Quake in their boots. Karma sitting on passive. Shax is really far out. Jax just drives up ahead. So OP are nearby, but also quite far away. Why have not they spotted him? Okay, Shax is on Bangalore, so he's not searing. He cannot see those Harpies, but yeah, spotted an enemy. I think it is spotted. I think the last one. Everything is now gonna drop on top of Karma, and punch our prayers, because it's not gonna be easy. And see immediately with a shot. Yep, that's the digital threat. You can see them through the smoke. It's so powerful, and even before it started, it was already over. For the third time today, ANC Outplayed are the winners of the lobby, and Again, I'm a caster. Caster math is a thing, but even I can count it with 3 wins. OP, ANC outplayed our Master Cup Apex Legends winners.
Exactly. I mean, their worst placement was top 9. A phenomenal performance from them.
That was indeed a game that definitely happened. Man, like AMC, they're showing us exactly what they're made of. I mean, like in that previous game, they had a bit of a break, a bit of a rest. And, Monkey Business came up on top for a bit. But here they are again, this time around with 11 kills, like reigniting that fire and showing us exactly what they are. I mean, Monkey Business there did pretty well. I mean, in 3rd place with 8 kills. But I think it was indeed ANC Outplayed that were the ones to shut them down in the end. Karma Esports, again, I think one of our most consistent, if not the most consistent teams there, in 2nd place once again. And I guess now all we have to do is wait for our TOs here to crunch the numbers and tell us exactly, where these contestants hit on the podium. But guys, how was that game for you? I mean, like, how different was it?
It was very different.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think so.
I love it. It's like,
yes.
Okay. All right. So Rondon, why was it different, and why was it the same? Jar, let's go with Rondon first.
Yeah.
It was different because ANC Outplayed chose the safe route. Mm-hmm. This is the last game of the tournament, and every player, from the player's perspective, right? They realize that. They know, okay, this is the last match. Either the top 3 teams die early, get 0 points, we get a lot of points, or it's GG's and we're like top 10-ish, right? Of course, it's you can take pride in good tournament results, but eventually getting into the prize pool is what matters for most of the teams. Mm-hmm. And so they did try to eliminate ANC Outplayed, and ANC Outplayed realized that, and I believe they had no kills until it was top 9 in the tournament. And last games they chose to just try to run down the lobby, get those kills early. Now this game they tried a completely different approach, and in this game we saw Monkey Business switching it around too. They tried to hunt every single person they saw.
That's right, and I think they gave us a really good show for it. But so Jam, so why do you think it was actually kind of the same?
I think we've seen the same strong points for each of the teams or their strategies that have released. Karma Esports, for the 3rd game in a row, got 0 kills, and yet their placement was on point. They are the team that just survived. Again, I mentioned nuclear kind of winter for ANC Outplayed with their equipment, but look at that, almost hitting 100 points in total. Just shows you their dominance across the whole lobby. It was something else. Monkey Business, the only team, the David to the Goliath of ANC Outplayed, just could not knock them down. But again, we've seen off meta trying to play positional game. And let me tell you, if this would be a game of perseverance, a game of just outlasting one another, off meta would win. But the problem was their little mobile points, or other unmobile points, because they just set up and waited for their opposition, were not working out. All the while, ANC Outplayed always knew where their opposition is, when they can push, how they can push. They were heads above everybody else. And so almost no surprises. I would love for a surprise for Monkey Business, but ANC Outplayed, after a misstep, they once again prove something that they proved in game number 1 and in game number 2, is that they are the best team out here. And so it was more of the same, and we saw that nobody could stop ANC Outplayed.
That's right. I look forward to seeing in the next time we do an Apex Legends tournament here for the EU, how this pans out, if ANC are going to be able to keep up this heat, if we're going to have any contestants out there, coming in to try and, upset the water. But when all is said and done, once the smoke has cleared from all the Bangalores in this lobby, in 1st place was ANC Outplayed with 99 points. In 2nd place was Monkey Business with 68, and Mid-Preds were in 3rd with 47 points. All right. So that means, again, so for those who are watching, that 1st place gets themselves those monitors, 2nd place gets themselves the AIO coolers, and in 3rd, they cinch themselves the MH630 headsets from Cooler Master. Check out coolermaster.com for more information. Thank you, Cooler Master, again, for sponsoring this tournament. All right. Okay. Man. That's it. It's over. That's the tournament. That's the stream. But thank you so much, Jar. Thank you, Rondon, again. I hope that we get to do this all again very, very, very soon. But I believe there is going to be another stream very soon here for the Master Cup in about an hour's time for the Latin America stream, the LATAM fam. And again, at 3 p.m. Pacific time, there is another stream for the NA, I believe. NA are doing their own Apex tournament. For more information, check out the Start GG. Check out our Discord channel as well. LATAM will be playing Fortnite I guess just to change things up, just to spice things up, as it were, before we go ahead into that Apex Legends tournament next month. For those who are curious what our next tournament here is for the Master Cup, we are indeed doing a Brawlhalla tournament. It's one of our biggest and best ones. We have not teams because it's all singles, but we have contestants from all. I think we had correct me if I'm wrong, production, but I think we had the world's top number 3 person in Brawlhalla, and he just completely showed us how that game works. I cannot wait to see what happens next month for it. But I think that's kind of it for our announcements. So once again, I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you so much, Jar. Thank you so much, Rondon. Do you have any announcements, either of you guys? Rondon, where can we find you on the internet? For those who want to know more about Rondon, our Apex Legends coach here.
So you can find me on all socials at Rondon Streams. You can find me on Metafy, where I do coach individuals and teams. And also you can find me in the North American Apex tournament I'll be playing.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And yourself, Jar.
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at JarXJam. That's where the only information about what's happening with me is going on. And just a quick happening. I got married. Just got married recently.
Oh,
look at that. I'm married.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh, shout out to my darling, wonderful wife, Hannah, for she's currently over there doing her own business over here. So yeah, JarXJam on Twitter. And thank you once again for having me.
Thank you for being here. And once again, everybody, thank you for watching. This has been the Master Cup Community Tournament, sponsored by Cooler Master. I've been Meyer, and until next time, as always, stay cool.